What is going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and today I've got a video of the best budget tech items for students. I know it's time to go back to school, and for a lot of you it may be on Zoom, depending on where you are, and in others you may actually be going back to campus. So today I brought together tech items that I believe are a good deal. They may not be the cheapest ones out there in its category. You can always find something cheaper, but at least based on good reviews and good functionality, so that you're not just buying something that is literally a piece of junk, but instead is decent for the price and what you're paying for. This back to school episode was kindly sponsored by NVIDIA's GeForce Now, which I'm going to talk about and demonstrate a bit later. I'm going to be giving away a lot of the items in this video, so if you want to win some, just make sure you subscribe to the channel, drop a like on this video, and leave a comment down below, and also follow me over on Instagram, and I'll announce a winner in 2 weeks. And we also did do a desk setup tour makeover and bedroom makeover, kind of a budget student edition, so if you guys want to check that out, that is also linked down below with all the products. So the first thing that I think any student is going to want, whether you are staying at home or you're going to be traveling on a bus each day, is a pair of noise canceling headphones. And there's a lot of different options out there, including fully wireless ones like the AirPods Pro. Those are much more expensive, but this right here comes in at under $50 by quite a bit actually. And it almost reminds me in terms of the design of the Bose QC35-2s. It can actually isolate up to 90% of the noise, and the battery life is also impressive. If you decide to turn the noise cancellation off, you can get over 30 hours. And it also has 40mm drivers, but it runs on Bluetooth 5.0. You can connect it to any different device that you might have, including a smartphone or a laptop, a computer, Android, whatever you have. It is pretty much universal, but it just has like this very simple look. The leather ear cups are very comfortable, but it definitely doesn't look the best, but it doesn't look horrible either. And I feel like for the price point, that is all you could ask for. Sound quality side of things, it is decent. I would say for the price, it is pretty good, considering you also have the noise cancellation features, but it is definitely not anything special and it gets a job done. But if you want to have something that has great sound quality, then you're gonna have to spend a lot more money. The next item right here is the Anker Fusion 5000, and it is a backup battery, but it also serves as a charger because it does have a prong built in. You can find a backup battery standalone for much cheaper, but I feel like for the price point, if you're in a situation where you might have forgot to charge your battery pack, or you need to charge your phone and don't want to use up the power that is built into here, this is probably the most flexible option that you might have, because you can either use the 5000 milliamp hours built in to charge your phone once, or maybe a little bit more than that. But if you also want to just go ahead and plug it in and charge it where there might be a wall outlet for that peace of mind, just flick out the prong here and you are good to go. I have 3 or 4 of these, and it also has a 3-level battery indicator on the front. And in terms of the ports itself, you have a micro USB and also a set of USB-A ports. I think the 2-in-1 option is something that I always like to have, because I either forget to charge my phone or I forget to charge the battery. And with this, you are pretty much going to be powered anywhere you go. So when it comes to the backpack, it is really going to come down to your situation. And if you are going back to school on campus, then you might want to pick one up. But I know for a lot of people, and those in Canada, it is going to be mostly online, so you may not need one of these. In terms of a backpack suggestion, I think Herschel is the best option. It is not the most expensive, but it definitely isn't cheap either. You're looking at about $50 to $60. And the reason why I would say you should spend the extra money is because I've seen these backpacks and have had these backpacks for 5 or 6 years at a time, and they have lasted all the way with no problems at all. The nylon material is nice. It is not too thick, but also not extremely thin. They are moderately comfortable depending on the model that you get, nothing crazy, but I think as an all-around backpack and just getting something that is of good value with that middle end of quality and looks, Herschel is my choice. So Bluetooth speaker is something that we always recommend, and this right here is an option for under $25, and it is from Anker. As you can see, it is just so small, it barely fits in frame. It is something that just fits in the palm of your hand, so you can take it essentially anywhere. You can use it while you're in your dorm room or back home, or you could also just take it to a party or whatever you want to do with it. But you have your volume control right here, you have your play pause. The battery life is very good at about 15 hours, and the range, it says is about 66 feet, but I was able to get maybe 40 to 50. The speaker itself is 5 watts, so it's definitely not the most powerful, but for its size, I feel like it actually sounds decent for the price. A lot of times it is just so hard to find something that is great sounding, but also affordable, and I feel like for something of this size, it is made out of metal, it is durable, it's got great battery life, that if you just want something that gets the job done, then this is the one to go with. It even has a micro SD card slot to load up some music and just put it in here and start playing, which is a feature that I don't really see that often, as well as micro USB, line in, and of course the Bluetooth function. The next product is more of an accessory, but this is the paper-like screen protector for the iPad. Whether you have like the regular iPads or the iPad Pro, this is a product that you can really take advantage of, especially if you use the Apple Pencil. And with the lineup having pencil compatibility across the board, even at the cheaper price points, then I feel like this is one that can really elevate your experience just based on the feel. For those who do a lot of drawing on the iPad screen, whether it's for art or illustration, then one thing that you might notice is that the iPad display is glossy and slippery. And a lot of times you get a ton of fingerprints on it, so this kind of solves two of the biggest problems, which is reducing the glare and fingerprints that are visible, but also giving you like a paper-like experience, hence its name when it comes to writing and drawing. So the next product right here may or may not be to have the best sound quality in a Zoom call, but it is a microphone that plugs in via USB and it comes in at a price of under $50. And what I find with audio is that the setup is actually more important than the mic itself. Sure, you might want to have a decent mic, but I've seen amazing mics well under $100 and this is one of them. As you can see, it looks stylish, which is always a bonus. It is matte black, made out of metal. It even comes with a stand and the cable and everything. And you also have your controls on the front as well. But if you want to use this for like a job interview, then it is a nice bonus to have and likely an improvement from what is inside your laptop. And what I would also suggest is if you can, put a pop filter or a piece of mesh in front of here, because that will get rid of the plosives, which is kind of the key to making audio sound professional, even with the budget setup. Beyond that though, because of all the stay at home in the past couple months, I was trying to find a new hobby to do, so I started a podcast. And like I mentioned in the past, a podcast is super easy to start up. You don't even have to do video or anything. So if you want to, or have a topic that you're interested in, just go ahead and plug this thing into the computer, just start recording, and with a little bit of editing, you can get very good sounding audio and maybe even kickstart another career path just from sitting at home. It is a cardioid layout, which is what I personally prefer for voiceovers. So yeah, whether you're doing a podcast, Zoom calls, job interviews, or just like doing a voiceover for a YouTube video and don't have another microphone, then this is like a very easy option that you can just stow away and take with you anywhere. So this right here is a sound test of the Fifine USB microphone, and I do have like a bit of a pop filter in front of it, but as you guys can probably hear, it sounds quite decent for the price and is very compact. So another product that I feel like fits in very nicely with the budget episode is gaming. And of course you have options for console games and also PC games, but obviously building a custom computer to run games at high resolution and the graphics and all that are needed is very expensive. One solution that I've actually used in 2017, and I actually did a dedicated video on, demonstrated on a Mac, is NVIDIA's GeForce Now, and it's really developed over the years. And what's exciting is that they've added Chromebook support. This is great because Chromebooks are definitely on the lower power end and in many cases the budget computer option. What GeForce Now is able to do is deliver a PC gaming experience for everyone by streaming the latest and greatest popular PC games from the cloud for a silky smooth 1080p 60 experience. It also allows you to play your existing library from Steam, Uplay, or the Epic Games Store. You don't have to rebuy them if you already own them. I think it's just cool that you're able to play your games on a PC, a Mac, which is not traditionally known for gaming, and even on a Chromebook, which is more of a web-based platform. There's actually two different membership plans, including the free and the Founders Edition. And with the free plan, it allows you to play unlimited 1-hour sessions, and the Founders plan gives members priority access to service and up to 6-hour sessions. It also gives access to games with RTX on, and the membership is only $5 a month, and you don't have to commit to any long-term plan. GeForce Now supports hundreds of instantly playable games, including the biggest free-to-play titles, and 1,000 plus games through single-session installs. Some of the most popular games right now include Fortnite and League of Legends among students, and what this allows you to do is play these games on a low-powered device such as a Chromebook. Like I mentioned, it is reliant on internet, and in my case, because I work from home, I bought the best internet plan possible, so the gaming experience, even at the highest settings, was very, very smooth with ultra low latency. And it's essentially like plugging in a GeForce GPU directly into your computer, and no matter what specs it might have, as long as it is a supported device, you can game just based on the internet. Like I said, I tried this out a couple years ago and it was already a very smooth experience and with plenty of game support. And a couple years later, to see how much it's improved and the games that have been added since makes it something that is very worth it, whether you need the free or the $5 plan. If you guys want to check it out for yourself, I'm going to drop a link down below, and a huge thanks to NVIDIA and GeForce Now for sponsoring this video. When it comes to some stuff on the desk, you might have a computer or a monitor setup, but one thing that is always missing is a speaker, and for a price point of about $20 to $30 depending on the first or second generation, the Logitech Z130 is the one that I can recommend. You've got the volume and power controls on the front, as well as 3.5mm plug, and you can also plug your headphones as they pass through. So really not anything special. If you're willing to spend a bit more money, there are other options as well. But if you're looking for just like the cheapest speaker that is an improvement from what is built into the computer or in your monitor, then for $20, I feel like the Logitech options are a safe bet. Another product that isn't necessarily a must, but is very useful, is also a reading light. BenQ makes one that is more expensive, but there are cheaper options out there under $50. And the one that we have right here plugs right into USB on a computer or a monitor, and it runs based on that power, so you don't have to plug it into the wall or anything. And you can adjust the color temperature and the brightness very easily. And if you're like studying or writing or reading a textbook, then just having the light face directly down on the desk is gonna be awesome. For $15, you can also go ahead and grab a desk mat, and personally, I didn't have a desk mat for quite a while, but after I added one to my personal desk, I've noticed quite a big difference. It just feels much cleaner for some reason, and the stuff that I put on it is a little bit different. So I'll have like a notebook or just like some stuff that is more organized. So for $15, go ahead and pick up a desk mat. It comes in many different colors and can also protect the surface, especially if you're eating on your desk, which I do all the time. If you're looking for a mechanical keyboard and mouse combo with RGB that comes in at a price at under $50 for the keyboard and the mouse, then the best deal is the Habit one that we featured in Setup Makeover. I was honestly very skeptical about it because at that price you really can't have many high expectations, and even the keyboard alone for $50 would have been a decent deal. But to have both built in one as well as the addition of RGB makes this an unbeatable deal. So the next thing right here is a high-tech notebook, and this is definitely not something that you will need, but if you're someone who takes a lot of notes and just wants something that is nice and portable, then the Rocketbook is one that is completely reusable. So you can go ahead and write on it, you can also clean it off, but most importantly, you can also scan the page and have it upload to your cloud platform and store the notes that way. And I find a lot of times certain courses require you to use like pen and paper instead of a computer, and most people like to study on a computer and review their notes that way, whether it's the textbooks and all that kind of stuff. I'm definitely not the one to talk to in terms of studying skills, but I feel like for people who like to do like the analog method of taking notes, but also integrate a bit of technology, then this is kind of the method to bridge that. It definitely doesn't have the most pages, and it doesn't come in cheap for a notebook, but for 36 pages at $25, if you like the ecosystem and are going to use it, then this is a good option for any student looking for a reusable notebook. The next little gadget that I can recommend to any student out there is a tile. There's a lot of models out there for both keys and your wallet, and I recommend that you should get one for both because losing your credit card is like the most annoying thing. But this right here is the tile keychain. I've had this one on here for years, and the battery is replaceable, which is nice because some of the original ones wouldn't allow you to do that. But it has 100 feet of range. You can track it via Bluetooth, and pretty self-explanatory. You just go to the app, it will show you where it is if it's within range. And if you lost it somewhere outside of your range and some other people are using the tile, then it will actually track it through that network and show you where it is. It also has kind of like a reverse finding function, so by pressing the button in the middle, it will page your smartphone in case you lost that. But personally, I never find that I lose my phone, but I lose my keys all the time and my wallet as well. The next product is like an underrated piece of home tech, and that is an electric toothbrush. And nobody wants to spend $100, $200 on one for the most part, and certainly not students. So this one right here is one that I've seen on sale for $25 a lot of times. I've been using it for quite a few months now, as you guys can probably tell, but it actually includes 6 different brush tips as replacements, which is awesome because you don't have to buy them for a long time. And it just has all the functions: clean, soft, whiten, massage, and polish. I really only use the regular clean function, but pretty self-explanatory. It is a decent electric toothbrush. There are ones that are more powerful out there, but I personally really like this one. And I feel like for $25, it is such a better option than just using a regular toothbrush, because with these 6 included tips, the amount of times you're gonna have to change a regular brush, which is say $2 to $5 each, is gonna pay for itself just by having something like this, and it will give you a much better experience throughout its duration. Another great item for your home is a Amazon Echo Show 5, and I purchased mine used for under $60, and it's got a 5.5-inch compact display, and it allows you to use it as like an alarm clock, a speaker, and also just for general smart home controls and information. So on the topic of everyday carry, say you might need like a new card holder for the years to come, and this right here is from a company that I co-own called Dangerfield, and we make some leather goods, whether it's like toiletry bags, card holders, and also clothing, of course, the hoodies and stuff. but this is one that is priced at under $60 and it is made out of genuine Italian leather. And yeah, pretty self-explanatory. You have 2 slots on each side and also a slot in the middle for cash. And I used to be someone who only used wallets, but for the past couple years, I've been card holder only, and I just find it's much easier to throw in the same pocket as like my phone and keys. So if you guys wanna have a discount, I'm gonna drop a link down below as well as the code Justin, which gets you 15% off. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching this video on my selections for student tech that is at a budget or value price. And I tried to keep functionality in mind. Of course, I looked through the reviews and ensure that they were good and check them out as it came in. Like I mentioned, I do a video that is showing other pieces of tech that are not necessarily the cheapest, but what I believe is the best in each category. But if you guys enjoy this, make sure you drop a like, and I'll see you all in the next video.